A 4D function is one that has 3 independent variables. So the domain of a 4-dimensional function is going to be a region in 3-dimensional space, an x value, a y value, and a z value in 3D space that gets plugged into a function and has an output that is some range element. So here's an example of a 4D function, and we're asked to find and sketch the domain. Let's recall for a moment how we treat the ln of x function when we are in 2 dimensions and what its domain is. Remember, the argument of a logarithm has to be greater than 0, and so this argument inside here would need to be set greater than but not equal to 0. So we take 25 minus x squared minus y squared minus z squared, set that greater than 0, and we'll figure out who are the ordered triples that solve this inequality. For inequalities that contain more than one variable, we kind of want to just treat it as if it was an equation, and if we do that, we would be adding x squared, y squared, and z squared to both sides. And hopefully we recognize that this would be the equation of a sphere. If that inequality was an equal sign, it would be a sphere with radius 5. So we'll try to graph that here in 3D. And this graph isn't that great, but I think you get the idea. So we're looking at a sphere in 3-dimensional space, and essentially now we're going to need to take a test point. If the surface does not pass through the origin, using the origin is the convenient test point, because we're looking for all of the ordered triples that'll satisfy this inequality, and we've got the region inside the sphere versus the region outside the sphere. So we simply pick a point, either inside or outside, and test it back in the inequality to see whether or not it's a true statement. This is true, so the ordered triples that are inside the sphere are the ordered triples that are allowable inputs for this 4D function. So now we just need to formalize this by saying that the domain of this function with 3 independent variables is equal to the set of all ordered triples such that they satisfy this inequality where x squared plus y squared plus z squared is less than 25. Now part B of this example is going to ask us to find the range. And again, we're going to look back to the function that we're familiar with in 2-dimensional space, which is the ln of x. And let's take a look at the graph of ln x. Remember, we have an x-intercept at 1, 0. It is a logarithmic function that is going to be approaching the y-axis asymptotically. And this function has a range that is all real numbers. Essentially, as the x value is allowed to go through its domain, which starts at 0 and going to positive infinity, these domain elements are going to generate the range elements that are from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now what we want to make note of here is that the ln of x is going to reach its smallest range element when the domain element is the smallest. And we can see that happening right here. As we get to these very, very small x values, that's when we're getting our smallest or our lowest range elements. And similarly, we're going to get our largest range element when the domain element is the largest. But let's actually change this a little bit, because when we fly into 4 dimensions, it's going to be different. Let's, instead of saying when the domain element is the largest, let's talk about that as being when the argument is the largest and when the argument is small. So let's take a look at this 3D domain, which is the set of ordered triples that are inside the sphere but not on the outer shell. And we want to determine who are the ordered triples that cause the output of this function to be the largest and the smallest. Well, that's going to be who causes the argument of this logarithm to be the largest and the smallest. So let's first consider who makes the argument the largest. In the domain, if we were to pick the origin, which is going to be x, y, z is equal to 0, then we're going to be subtracting nothing from 25, and 25 is going to be the largest argument, and the ln of 25 is going to be the largest range element. We get the largest range when we're not subtracting anything from that argument, and our largest range element is the ln of 25. We get the smallest range element when this argument is as small as possible. When we are as small as possible inside here, it's because we're subtracting as much as possible from the 25. And that's going to happen near but not on the outer shell. When we're at an ordered triple out here, let's say for example 4.9 as the y coordinate, what we would be subtracting from the 25 is 0 for the x, almost 5 for the y, and 0 for the z. So almost 25 here, meaning that this is going to be super small quantity. And when the argument of a logarithm is very small, that output would be then going to negative infinity. So to summarize, the range of this 4D function is going from the smallest range element of negative infinity to the largest range element of ln 25. And we do include ln 25 because the domain element that generated that was 0, 0, 0. That is in the domain, so we do get this as a range element, and therefore it is included. And so this is the range of the function.